So this is seated thoracic rotation. What we're going to do is we're going to sit in our chair. Make sure that you're on the front part of the chair because we won't weight through the feet. Have your feet underneath of you. And then from here, we want to make sure that our low back is in neutral position. So think about sucking your belly button in towards your spine. And then think about lifting up towards your chest. Okay, so don't arch the back when you lift up the chest. So keep this engaged as you lift up through the chest. Now what you're going to do is you're going to lean forward a little bit. And then you're going to go ahead and let's turn to the right. So you're going to turn to the right. So what happens is that when you turn to the right, do not bend to the side. Okay, you want to make sure you keep weight on both butt cheeks evenly. As you turn, you're going to feel the stress through the upper back here. You're going to feel that working. So you're going to hold that for about 30 seconds. And then you're going to go ahead and turn to the other side. So think about leaning forward, think about equal weight on both butt cheeks, and then think about turning through the upper back, okay? So I recommend about 3 times each side, at least 30-second hold. All right, number 2 is the sit to stand. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come here. What she's gonna do is she's gonna put her hands on the outside of her knees. So think about pushing the knees into the hands to activate the hips. From here, you're gonna keep the chest up, you're gonna keep the low back flat, and then you're gonna lean over through the hips. And then from here, she's gonna continually push into her hands with her knees, activating her hips. Hold that for about 10 or 15 seconds. When you get tired, just sit back down. And then you're gonna do that probably about 5 or 6 times. That should get you warmed up pretty good. Okay, so go ahead and lean forward again, push into the side, and then come up. So as you notice, her hinge is still there. You don't want to round like that because then you lose the tension through the hips. So chest up, back flat, go from there. Okay. Now let's go to the foam roller exercise for thoracic extension. So go ahead and lie the length of the foam roller. Okay. Make sure that the head is properly supported. Okay. Low back is flat onto the ground or onto the foam roller. She's going to bring her arms into L positions here. Make sure that the low back stays onto the foam roller. The shoulder stays away from the ears. Okay. And then she's gonna hold this. This is a good stretch that you can just maintain for a couple minutes. So you're just gonna hold that for about 2 or 3 minutes. Feel a nice stretch through the pecs. Okay. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and flatten out the arms. And then she's gonna roll slightly towards one side. Okay, hold right there. She moved about 1 inch or so. And then from here, she's gonna basically, if she moves to the left, she's gonna stretch out this right pec, so she should feel it through there. And then she's gonna keep that low back flat, keep the shoulders down. And then she's gonna move to the opposite side. So I would say hold for about 10 to 15 seconds. Then she should feel the opposite side stretching now. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna do the hip stretches. So go ahead and go onto the floor for us, please. Okay, so we're gonna do internal and external rotation of the hip. So first thing is, go ahead and cross your right leg over, okay? Now, when she brings her knee up towards her chest, it's gonna be a more severe stretch. If she keeps it down, it's not gonna be as intense. So she can bring it all the way up if she wants to. Make sure that that knee comes down towards her feet, or her opposite foot. And then she should feel a stretch right there in the hip, okay? So hold that for about 30 seconds to a minute. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring this knee towards the opposite shoulder. So we're gonna be stretching out this outside of the hip. So same thing, hold that for about 30 seconds to a minute there. Okay, you're gonna do about 3 times each leg. Okay. And then now we're gonna address the core. Go ahead and put both of your feet down on the ground. So with the core, you wanna make sure that you're in the right position first. So think about flattening out the low back, so you don't want to arch the back. There should be no space there. You want to think about sucking in the stomach, so think about bringing your belly button down towards the floor. And you should start to feel the muscles on the sides working, okay? So think about tightening up here. A trick that I give people is if you put your finger right there, you should feel it. You should feel the muscle go right into your finger. And then we're gonna grab, to help you out, we're gonna grab the foam roller, put it in between her legs. If she squeezes that foam roller, it's gonna give her a little more stability, which is gonna allow her to fire her core a little better. And then I'll hold that for about 15 or 20 seconds and then relax. Do that about 5 to 6 times. Get all those muscles warmed up. That's gonna prevent you from arching your back when you golf. So you wanna make sure that you're tensing that up just a little bit as you go into your golf swing, okay? And then we are going to get the upper back firing. So go ahead and stand up for us. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go against the wall. So let's, to get your low back into a better position, we're gonna bring the feet forward a little bit, bend the knees, and then think about flattening out that low back again. As you can see, there's a lot of commonalities here. So think about sucking the stomach in, flattening the low back, and then what we wanna do is we wanna engage the upper back. So think about lifting up through the chest, think about opening the shoulders up like this. So you wanna think about the chest kind of spreading out like that. And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the arms out. So don't put any tension in the arms. You just wanna think about using your upper back to hold your arms up. And then from here, you're gonna open up and think about using your upper back to bring the arms back. So it's just like golf, you don't want tension in your wrist or your forearm. You wanna make sure that those guys are nice and loose so you can kind of check yourself to make sure that you have no tension there. And then bring your arms forward and then make sure that you engage your upper back first and your core and then bring your arms back, and that will ensure that you're using your upper back a little bit more, okay? So you're gonna do that about 15 times, hold for about 5 seconds at the end, and that should get your upper back firing. Okay, great. If you have any questions, just give us a shout on our website or Facebook page or our phone number.